I got no clue what I'm doing. I don't want to jinx it, but so far this car is good. Crap. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of fixing this car. Yep, I'm fixing it again. This will be a series of me fixing the car on the go because the Lexus being my daily, it's just really annoying to deal with these everyday issues. So this is the first thing I got. Currently the aircon is stuck on defrost even though I changed the modes, right? And that's super annoying. Especially on summer when it was really hot, the aircon wouldn't go to me, but it will go to the window. Being on defrost, it will just frost up the window, right? Because the temperature was also stuck on cold. I currently have no heater because the modes aren't changing to the current temperature. Especially in Australia, getting colder right now, the windows are frosty in the morning. So I sit here and I just cannot get the windows cleared. So I've just been wiping the windows down. Let me quickly demonstrate it to you guys. So I got aircon on, right? It's on high. Right now there's actually no air coming from the middle. Even if I change it to yourself, there's nothing. On the sides here, obviously this is working because that's going to the window because it's defrost, but there's also nothing coming out from these side ones. You can hear a lot of air here because that's where the aircon is working. There are videos on YouTube and that's how I found the solution. Apparently they live behind the glove box, which I saw, and that's the car part I got. Here it is. This is the new car parts that's gonna fix it. These aren't brand new. These are second hand from a guy that was wrecking his car. Tested out for me and yeah, it's working. This is the mode servo. So this is the one that controls this part, and then this is the one that controls the temperature, which is this. I'm just gonna hope it works. I got this for a very cheap price, both of these for $70 including shipping. This should solve my everyday issue. AC is so important to me. There's this guy on YouTube that I watched and he did all this with one hand, this whole install. So it shouldn't be that hard, right? I can't even take this off one hand. Anyway, there it is. So this is the mode servo, and one just lives under here, which is the temp servo. Oh man, got them on. So I just changed this mode to this one here. It makes it a lot easier if you're on this mode. This was the most hardest one. I'm just so keen to test this out. Do we have aircon? I'm sweating. Moment of truth. Oh my god. Yeah boy. Oh, I got aircon now. Dude, just to prove to you that it works. Oh yeah, Kirby gone crazy. There we go. I got aircon now. Linda's gonna be super happy. She was not liking being a passenger in this car because the aircon just doesn't work, but I got it working, baby. I also have a new cabin filter installed, so this is very clean AC coming through now. Since we're on a little roll, another thing that's been annoying me, and also Peyton told me I need to get it fixed, is only one license plate is working, and I realized these are upgraded to LEDs by the previous owner. So I got another upgrade from Illumo. I'm going to be fitting 2 of these and then I'll show you guys the nighttime shot. If you guys have been watching the Lexus build this whole time, I just want to thank you guys so much. And you guys know I got this car to learn how to drift, and while being on a budget, and yes, I know the more videos I make, you guys are saying there has been a lot of issues with the IS200. What is wrong with this car? I know, I am aware that this car is not the cleanest car I've ever bought, but the challenge was, can I turn this car into a cleaner car? With everything that I've learned over the years, can I simply make this car run better, or whatever it is, right? And I figured this video is the best time for me to explain that yeah, this is not the cleanest car. The goal was to clean it up. Every time I'm touching this car, I'm finding new things and I fix it straight away. So whoever owns this car next won't have to go through what I went through with this car. That's for sure. That will be a very lucky person, because honestly this car, from when I got it, it's a completely different car. But I'm honestly enjoying the journey with this car at the moment. I'm learning so much because there are problems. If there's no problems, I will never learn how to fix things. This just makes modifying cars and fixing cars a little bit more enjoyable, but obviously it has been inconvenient. I still have the Accord Euro to drive around in case this does go down, or I got the Chaser as well. That's the only consequence about owning this car at the moment, but that hasn't happened since. It's been a long time that I haven't had to use another car to go A to B. I don't want to jinx it, but so far this car is good. Oh yeah, it's working. It is looking so much cleaner, not gonna lie. This car has been upgraded with LED tail lights, LED license plate lights, LED headlights, which is pretty bright at night. I do need to update you guys with what we've done to the alternator bolt. This cable tie that I used, it actually helped out the alternator bolt to stay in the spot. Hayden has changed it to this metal piece right here, so this bolt does not back out anymore, and that's it. That is the cheapest way to fix the bolt, because literally all we need is the bolt to just stay in port to hold this alternator. Now that we got this on, no chance of backing out. Keen to show you guys this in nighttime.
Hey guys, it's been a very long time that I picked up the camera, and we have to pause the series of fixing annoying things happening in the Lexus, because literally not too long ago I posted up an Instagram story saying how reliable the Lexus is, and no joke, 2 to 3 days later I was trying to start the car up for work and it actually did not start. I can show you a clip here right now on what's happening. After me and Ivan inspected the car and see what's happening, I believe the car is not pumping up enough fuel, judging from that video you guys just saw. We got parts. This is the fuel pump, and I hope this will sort out the car and get it started. Ivan checked out the car. So the fuel pump is located under this chair. So we've already disconnected the plug for the fuel pump. We checked all the wires to see if there were power going through it. And yes, there is power going through it. Today, I'm gonna try to attempt to fix this fuel pump. Just replace it. There's the bad boy right there. Hello. Did you say I only have 20 minutes to work on the car?
Instead of 2 hours, yes. How long do you think it'll take?
I reckon 2 hours. I don't know. I got no clue what I'm doing. I'm literally going to search on YouTube, and I have been, on how to get the fuel pump out. There's only 2 videos I found. This is not a how-to video. I'm just gonna get down and dirty and just get that pump out, and hope I don't break anything. Honestly, I can do it.
What's going on?
Fuel pressure. Since this is out, you know, when you fill up your tank, it's like this will hit the trigger to say it's on full. And then when you use up your fuel and speed, this is going to E, like bang, right there. Just for you, Linda.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yay.
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 Let's fail together, because I don't know what the freak I'm doing. I don't know about you, babe, but I'm getting pretty high with the smell of fuel. Whew. My
I'm
God.
okay at the moment.
I don't know how you mechanics do this, man. Respect. This is the new one. I want to give a shout out to JDM Classic Spares. If you guys need parts off them, message them on Instagram. I'll link it down in the description below. Have been super helpful. Every time I need parts, I just hit him up and he always comes up with the parts. The turnaround time to get these parts is super quick. So I want to thank you so much for helping me. He has helped me with the Chaser, the Lexus, the Honda, Ivan's Evo, my mom's car, Linda's car. you name it.
This kit came with a new O-ring. I had no clue where it belonged, and I found that it lives inside here. I then installed the strainer, but man, I struggled installing this metal clip. I tried to pin it down with my pliers, but that didn't work, it just popped off. I found a quick YouTube video and they showed that they used a 5mm socket and just bang it in, literally. And that's it. That's your fuel pump done. From the old pump, there's this plastic clip. I then took it out and put on the new one, and I put the O-ring on top of it.
Alright, got it on. There's only one thing to do. Oh man, I've been waiting for this 2 weeks. Oh, it smells like fuel in here, but I'm gonna have to let it purge. Okay, let's go. Gonna start it now. Let's go, boys. Oh, it died. Okay. What? It's dying. Oh, it's dying. Oh, what? It died again. Not looking promising. Bruh. What? Oh no. Don't tell me it wasn't a fuel pump. Everything was working, dude. I wanna see if I disconnect the battery, let it reset. I don't know. I'm just seeing what works and what doesn't. This car just doesn't stop, eh? Bro, I was just doing the battery and look at this. Look at this terminal. What in the world? What? My god, this is such a lemon of a car I got. This is more of a lemon than any Honda Civic I've come across. I don't want to jinx it, but so far this car is good. Maybe I need a new terminal now? How the hell? I don't know what to say. Is it the fuel pump this whole time? Was it this? Oh my god. About to find out. I don't know. I'm gonna connect all this back. Hopefully it's metal to metal contact to get some power, but we'll see. I disconnected the battery, but this wasn't like that before, but it just snapped off. I won't be surprised if this doesn't start, because honestly, that could be the issue. I'm even surprised the car can even do that. Oh, it's worse now. Well, the pump is purging. I can hear it. I can hear a surge. God damn. I can hear the pump surge. The pump is definitely working. It's definitely working. Of course the car starts when I'm not filming, guys. Oh, there. Oh. It wants to die. It actually wants to die though. Excuse me? How's this running? All I did was I start the car up just for one more time, just to record over there my phone. Oh, I don't know, man. That's just so weird. It started. I revved it so much higher and then it stayed on. But I bet you any money. Oh, it smells so bad. I don't know if it's because this is open. Yo, you guys are witnessing this with me because I'm so confused. And you guys saw the battery terminal being split like that. I didn't think it was gonna run, but the car's running. I'm just letting it idle because the car hasn't run for like 2 weeks. So I'm gonna turn this off, and if I turn it on and the car is still running, I'll go for a little test drive. But if it doesn't, I might just not drive it. I'm gonna turn it off now. Car starts. Very normal now. I've never been nervous about anything, but this job, kind of scary. Now I'm gonna take a test drive and see if I don't break down. So let's see how I go. If you guys were wondering, I've been driving the Accord. Yep, I still have it, still not on sale, because I've been trying to sort out this thing. The Accord has been super reliable. Normal, man. I want to try stall. Better stall at my driveway. Best spot to stall. Okay. Stalled. Dude, the car starts like normal. Let's go again. Let's gun it. 4K. Nugget. Oh my god. It's back. Bro, we're back. I don't know, the ice worked. I let it. Maybe the fuel pump didn't register properly. Maybe I was meant to leave it on ignition for longer, but car feels so normal, sounds normal. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm so happy right now. That is an accomplishment, DIY job I didn't think I can do. I never touched the fuel system at all, have no clue about it. I watched like 1 or 2 videos just to see how to dismantle it, but I guess it's pretty evident that the fuel pump is the problem. The car is actually starting now. For this car to be stuck here, that meant the Chaser was stuck here for 2 weeks as well. But lucky I got this car on charge with a trickle charger, so I know the car won't die, but still pretty shitty if I can't reverse the car out. It's the next day and we had spares in our garage and it was a negative terminal as well, so I didn't need to go to the shops. I don't feel comfortable driving around like this because honestly the car can shut off any minute just because of a terminal. So yeah, came in clutch.
A few moments later.
Didn't come in clutch actually. This is not the same size. It doesn't fit this like the old one, so I can't use this battery terminal. God damn it. Gotta go to the part shop right now and hopefully try get a negative terminal so I can have this car back on the road. Let's do this again. I just picked this up from the local battery world. Alright, with that all sorted out, I have full confidence driving it out of town. Beautiful. Just like that, the car is back on the road. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you for watching this video. I can't believe we went through all that in this one episode. It's unreal. I said I was going to fix annoying little things about this car, but honestly, this whole car is annoying. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, peace.